Alice is, without a doubt, one of the most famous characters from a book of all time. But why is she so famous and so important? She's really the glue which holds these books together. She's always there. Whenever we are in these worlds, we are with Alice, travelling through these strange, quite often quite unsettling worlds. But she is always there for us. She's our sort of anchor, I suppose, somebody who we know we can sort of count on almost. We are always given access to her thoughts and to her feelings, as well as hearing her talk to all of the incredible characters that she encounters during her journeys. And one of the interesting and quite charming things about Alice is that when she doesn't have anybody to talk to, she talks to herself. So we have this constant relationship with Alice. She's the one that we're always with. Alice isn't perfect. She does sometimes show off. Sometimes she gets things wrong and she can lose her temper at points. But there's no doubt that she also is a really positive character, somebody that lots of people would like to be like. One of the things that's really impressive about her is how interested she is in the world around her and the curiosity that she has, which after all is what sets her off onto these incredible journeys and adventures, which at this point in time, very few female characters had ever undergone. So the fact that it's a girl who's going down into the underworld is a really significant thing. This hadn't really happened very much before Lewis Carroll wrote about Alice doing this. She's a character, she's a female character who clearly knows her own mind. So right at the beginning of the book, she's very clear that the book that her elder sister is reading, one that doesn't have any pictures or conversations, is not a book for her. And so she decides to follow the White Rabbit and so sets off and sets her own course and sets her own adventures by doing this. And this is something that's really important about her. Most importantly, Alice is a character who just never gives up, no matter what is thrown at her. And some things are literally thrown at her in the course of these adventures. She never stops. She never decides that this is too much for her. She's a character who can really take things in her stride and to keep on going, no matter how difficult it can seem. So she overcomes some really quite difficult obstacles and just keeps on going. And that resilience is something which makes her very distinctive and important as a character and somebody that we can really look up to, I think. Given how fabulous Alice is as a character, it's probably quite unsurprising actually that so many people have decided to themselves be or become her in various different situations, from weddings to Halloween to World Book Day. But what we've seen for decades, centuries, a century and a half, is basically people dressing up to look like Alice and to really try and kind of get under her skin and to show that they are really big fans, I suppose, of this character and that there is this connection between readers and this character. She's a character who can really take things in her stride and to keep on going, no matter how difficult it can seem. So she overcomes some really quite difficult obstacles and just keeps on going. And that resilience is something which makes her very distinctive and important as a character and somebody that we can really look up to, I think. This is a character who has always been incredibly popular with adults and with children and with boys and with girls.